Welcome to day 11 of 31 Uplanders in 31 days. I was wondering what you were going to do. I'm like, we're into the double digits, so I wanted to see what you were going to do with your fingers on that one.
That one was easy.
I was like, I'm like, I was curious. All right. So, yes.
You're like my prom date. Always wanted to know where those fingers are going.
Oh, all right. We're 11 days into this, so you already know what this is all about. We're having a wonderful time interviewing different Uplanders, getting to know them a little more. And each interview, I always learn something in each interview. So I'm having a blast doing this. Some people we've known for a long time, other people we haven't known that long, other people, and I've learned a lot about people I thought I knew a lot about in Upland. So it's been a good time.
Yeah.
Today's guest is a longtime listener of the show, and we get to have him on here to talk a little bit about his journey in Upland. And he also gave us a whole bunch of carts for the extravaganza at the end of 2024. So very excited to have the one and only LightningLeg27 on. How we doing, Lightning Leg?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, glad we could make this happen. All right, let's jump right into it. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself outside of Upland?
Well, I started off in criminology, criminal justice, made my way out to the trades. I'm an electrician up in Trail, BC, Canada, working my butt off, trying to make a living for the family. And in between, I found Upland, and I was a heavy Clash of Clans player, and kickboxing and MMA was my physical release, and my mental release was Clash of Clans. And then I found Upland, and then that became my mental release at this point, and figuring out the strategy of and how to maximize my my Upland account at this point. So yeah, I got two kids, two boys. They're now 18 and 16, married for oh dear, 20 years. It's 20 years, 21 years. Yeah. So yeah, no, very 40 years old, and yeah, very happy with how everything's gone. So
awesome.
Very awesome.
So how did you first discover Upland? What drew you to it?
You know, it's an interesting conversation because you know, me and my son went out to Walmart one day, and you know, this was 2021 December, and we were going through all the electronics, and I was wondering what was going on with the prices of these switches. Why were they $400? And then I said, well, for $400, why don't you go get a VR headset? And so we went to the VR headset section, and they were $400 Canadian earlier, and now they had jumped up to almost $750. And so I did a bit of homework, and I realized that Meta was building their metaverse. So because Meta was building their metaverse, the prices actually had jumped up. So I did a bit of research and was wondering why an electronic had jumped up in price. And yeah, then I found out that they were building their own metaverse. So that sent me down the rabbit hole, and then I went through Sandbox, and I was like, well, can't afford that. And I went through Decentraland. Can't afford that really. I went through Crypto Voxels. Can't afford that really. And then I was like, well, I went through another metaverse in between there, and then I came to Upland, and I was like, well, this is kind of my style. You know, I can afford a little bit of this. And then, you know, I made the rookie mistake of buying a bunch of properties in Cleveland in between. Like, this was just like, this was just like to Cleveland. I like Cleveland because you're there, but you know, in the metaverse, it's kind of not, you know, high up there. But in this one, but I bought a couple there.
Worst release ever. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I got in just before the LA release. It was like 2 weeks before, so I pumped a little bit of USD into Cleveland, thinking that I could use it a little bit for marketing and advertising, because I had walked through Decentraland. I went through Decentraland, and I saw a lot of their their virtual TVs and whatnot on a lot of their land in 2022 and 2021. So I thought I had the same concept and the same idea. Hey, maybe I could copy that in the Upland metaverse. So I did that and realized after putting a little bit of USD in, because you got to put a little bit of USD in for you to do the homework after, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, and then I realized how big it actually is. The LA release came out. I went crazy on that. Was It was interesting to see how the floor instantly dropped right after that, but I held tight and did my research, and yeah, found out that even despite that influx of properties, you can still manipulate and implement strategy to make Upland how you want it. So, and that's how I came to that. And ever since then, LA, it's just been, that's a long story, but we'll stop it there. So
Sounds good. So, what do you do when you're not playing Upland?
my hobby is either spending time with family, but kickboxing and MMA has always been my hobby. You know, I've been doing that since I was 10 years old. I'm a little bit off track now the last 3 years with Upland, but getting back on track. COVID put a quite a break on that, but we're looking to get back in. I've been off and on since COVID, but weight training has always been the secondary, and those have been my hobbies. Despite spending time with family and chilling out, that's my relaxing time. So yeah, it's kind of my kind of what I'm all about.
Nice. So, what was your first big milestone in Upland?
First big milestone in Upland was probably hitting chief executive. So
That's a
yeah,
big milestone.
that was the goal, and then kind of figuring out what I want to do after that was either sell you for USD, but I've been watching the markups for the last 3 years, and seeing it go from in LA, from dropping. I heard about it in Bronx, where people could sell for profit, and so when LA came, I was seeing the floor drop. I was gradually watching it, and I came to the point where I would watch it, but also people have to realize this is compound interest with UPEX. So
Mm.
you may be purchasing properties, for USD at a lower markup, but you're also getting that compound interest monthly. So I think a lot of people treat it like um, property flipping, but also keep an eye on that monthly interest, those monthly dividends, because that also compensates for the markets as well. So I've been slowly putting the USD in as the markets drop, and I've been reporting this like on my streams and the last little while that 20% is the floor, and the Upland community has spoken, and they say if it's 20%, we're putting USD in. So that's been the last 10 months, and I've been watching that very closely. So
Yeah. Yes. What strategy do you use in game? Collector, trader, builder, combination, etc. There's so many things you can do in Upland. What's your style of play?
this is what I love. I love the so many different styles of play. So in the beginning, my style was, monthly dividends, and I wanted to have enough UPEX to do what I wanted as my account grew. So that was always my strategy since the beginning. I'd focus on my home node of Evergreen Lasher. I was lucky to be able to get some really sick deals at low markups, as that was my strategy. And luckily, I had Coach Funk contact me, and I guess I picked a good node, and he's been a great source of information on the marketing aspect and advertising. So he's helped me along in that aspect. But it's still always been monthly dividends until I met the Upland community, and really, like, I was watching in the background, and then the Upland community has really like stepped it up, and they've been amazing, so supportive. I've had ideas, and um, yeah, I can't say enough about the Upland community. They've been so supportive, even with my streams going on. Yeah, I'm very excited for the future of Upland. Very excited for the future Web3 and whatnot. I've been doing a lot of research on X with their spaces and paying attention to Web3 meme coins and all that stuff. And I'm very excited with how Upland's going, as well as blockchain gaming.
Nice. What's your proudest moment or achievement in Upland so far?
Yeah, chief executive probably, but I kind of put a little bit of USD for the last little bit for that one, but proudest achievement, you know, I'd say a big step in character. If you asked me this three years ago, that I'd be, you know, on interviews talking, putting myself out there, I would be laughing at you. I'd say the personal achievement the personal achievement has been the growth of my personality, the growth of being out there, just being not a keyboard warrior, because I don't bash based on that, but just getting myself out there and not being afraid of what, you know, I was never afraid of what people think, but not being afraid of putting myself out there. You know, before you'll know a lot of people that are close to me that have been pushing me for this, and I listened, but I never believed, and now I believe, and so here I am. So, and that's kind of, I feel, my personal achievement.
Yeah,
so
biggest
cool.
one. Personal growth.
Yeah,
personal growth.
Right. That's a huge one.
absolutely. And if you ever need help with your streaming stuff, just let us know.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll recommend you to someone who knows good stuff about it, not us.
Sounds good. Oh, Mass Chef's been great. Shout out to Mass Chef.
Yeah.
He's been helping me a lot with, like, we've been trying this AKL on Saturdays, so he's been a great help and guidance for streaming there. I've been doing a daily stream, and we just broke records, so I gave away quite a bit this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, we had 59 viewers. I think it was like 41 on X, 11 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. So we've been going, and it's just the personality. As soon as I get something in mind, and I just got to keep going. So yeah, very happy, and that comes into the personal growth aspect as well. So
For sure.
Absolutely. Which Upland city is your favorite and why?
Miami Beach. I don't even have to think about that one.
Really? Wow.
Why
Yeah.
Miami Beach?
Miami Beach, because I love all the little islands. I love all the little islands. Like, I feel like there's so much value in Miami Beach. So
Yeah.
Just based on the map, I go over. I went, when they announced this, I went over all the other cities in Upland, and I actually went over a lot of the globe and tried to figure out what could match Miami Beach in terms of this. And I was like, well, not much. My home node is Evergreen Lasher, and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to go hard. So I went hard in Miami Beach. I'm building like 6 racetracks all along those islands and whatnot. Yeah, so I'm going hard there, building there, and other than Evergreen Lasher, you know, I love Evergreen Lasher. Cosme Velho, shout out to them, because they have been, you know, it's crazy, because when I was building in Cosme Velho, they were giving me stuff and they had no idea who I was. My account was pretty big at that time. So I love nodes that give things and try to build their community. And Evergreen Lasher, Cosme Velho, North Trenton's coming up there. Like, shout out to North Trenton. They all have been amazing. North Trenton is probably my biggest supporter for the daily stream, and I can't say enough about them. So
shout out to North Trenton.
Yeah.
As me, Evergreen Lasher, Cosme Velho, North Trenton, they are my crew right now. Dopest crew always comes on. Great support.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Dopest crew's always in the audience each week for us.
Yeah,
too.
no doubt. Like it's crazy, the support for some of these people. It's a lot of their time, and I always make sure I say I appreciate your time. You know, your time is valuable, and I'm very happy that they spend it with me on a day. Like, these guys are spending it with me on a daily basis. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of community, how has the community impacted your experience in the game?
They're the reason why I'm still here. Probably they're the reason why I'm still here. If I was just a numbers guy, I would be was just a numbers guy, I'd be just running the numbers in the background. Instead, I get to hang out, have fun. If you watch some of these streams, we're having a blast. Today was fun, and they just keep getting better. So, and it's thanks to the community. The community is helping me out with these streams, and yeah, I can't say enough about them. So, and it's not just me streaming. It's just the Upland community. It's X's support now. So, X is also a big support for
Sure.
the like we had 41 people on this morning. So, yeah, very happy with how things are going.
Yeah. Super cool. Do you have any memorable collaborations or rivalries with other players?
Treasure
Share
hunt.
the tea. Come on.
There's some tea. You get
Come
that
on.
smile, you know?
you're
He's like, do I spill it?
Yeah.
No, just treasure hunting. Always trying to get to the top there. That was my first way of trying to build my account. You know, I worked really hard on those Spark weeks, and you know, I got to the top 15
Who was your big competition there? Who were you competing against? Like,
I would say my biggest competition was probably Rittergill, man. I watched him pass me in properties in Queens. But oh man, competition. There's never really been a head to head. It's always just been me against the other 10 people. But yeah. But yeah.
if you could put one of them in the MMA ring with you, who would it be?
MMA ring. I always like to amp it up, but you know, MMA, everybody's a winner who steps in, because 99.9% of people don't step in even. So when I was training and I trained for fights, there were so many cancellations. So I trained for tournaments, and there was probably 60% of the people never showed. So I always tell anybody that I'm at the gym with, or anybody that is competing, if you just show up and you compete in a tournament or a fight, you're already ahead of 91% of the people, because 99.9% like don't even do it. So
yeah, fair enough. What one piece of advice would you give to somebody just starting out in Upland?
Talk to community. So we go through this as I went through, like just even today and yesterday, I went through the Web3 spaces in X, and realized that there's a big frustration with the meme coins and whatnot, and a lot of people not knowing where to go to find information. So I feel that's the biggest part, is where do I find this information about this? So I made it a mission to continually, you know, pound through the algorithms and run the streams on a daily basis, especially on X. I've been going through all those spaces on X, and I think there was a big part of what happened today with breaking records on my stream, and following the people that are frustrated, and going and telling them that there is this option with information out there. And I keep telling them that on this, I keep telling them that there's options. So these options are, when you look at it, don't look at a whole 1,000, 2,000 coins and try to pick the best one, but try to get information on blockchain gaming and work backwards.
I like that.
That's pretty smart.
Work backwards from the meme coin and figure out what's it all about, and figure out the utility of it before you start looking at the thousands of meme coins, because you're wasting a lot of time.
For sure.
A lot of money, a lot of time,
yeah,
a lot of
and
money.
a lot of money. So yeah, that's what I tell them. Work backwards. So find a blockchain game. So
Do you have any
dear.
quirky?
Oh dear, I don't know if I should say this one.
Definitely say it then.
Yeah. Do
Say
you
it.
have any quirky habits or rituals when playing Upland?
Oh, playing Upland. Okay, good. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, energy drinks are my friend for the challenges. I always like to have a good shot of an energy drink, or a good energy shot before the rushes, and then Yeah. I made my family always pretty much. I always used to turn off the internet, turn it back on, and let everything cool down. I don't do that anymore now, but I feel like I've yeah, used to get big flack for that one. But yeah, I think I've progressed past that one. And yeah, I just run a speed test now. So, but
There you go.
All right.
What are your personal goals in the game for the next 6 months to a year?
get the information out there. I want to get that information about Sparklet out there. I want to get it out there to all the people I've been listening to on X. I want to, I just want to try to blow it up outside of Upland, and that's my goal. So I've been studying social media for business, and that was my goal since mid-November. So I've been studying that for like the last couple months, and I feel like I figured out the quirks of X and YouTube, and I don't touch Facebook much right now. I That one is impossible to figure out, but like I feel like I figured out X and YouTube for that aspect. So I'm very excited that I've had that opportunity, and I feel like what I'm doing is working. So get that information out there. Tell them that Sparklet is not a meme coin. It's here to stay. It's a utility token that's in Upland, and it's fun to play with. So I'm glad I'm not playing with stocks anymore. I'm glad I'm in a Upland Metaverse having fun with community, and yeah, that's all I can say. I'm having fun.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think once a lot of people realize the utility with Sparklet, and you're going to see a change once you start getting that adaptation from more people in the community.
Yeah, and I'm having fun with, like, I can't wait till hey, we'll see what happens with Protum and STEM. Man, if STEM comes out as a utility token,
Yeah.
that's just another opportunity for Upland to blow up. So it's probably gonna. I feel, to be honest with you, before STEM comes and blows up, I feel like Sparklet will already be blown. So
Let's
Just
hope so. That'd be great.
absolutely. All
yeah,
right. Those are the 12 questions we have. Now we're on to the quick fire round. We have 4 questions. We're going to see if we can answer them in 60 seconds or less. There's no penalty if you go over, but we're trying to get it done in 60 seconds. You ready?
cat.
All right. Favorite in-game property?
Oh my goodness.
You don't need the
60
exact
seconds.
address.
Okay, Miami Beach, my biggest Miami Beach property.
Okay.
There
Favorite
you go.
Upland event or competition?
Well, Genesis week. I haven't been yet, but I'm coming this year. So watch out for Lightning Leg.
There we go. Rock on. One Upland item you'd never sell, no matter the offer.
Genesis ring.
Which one?
It was last year's. I got the one of one.
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations. Nice.
nice.
Best Upland memory.
Best Upland memory. Uh, Starting out with Evergreen Lasher.
All right. 44
Okay.
seconds.
Nice.
I
We
think we should take a couple of seconds off of that one because we did distract him with which Genesis ring. I threw an extra one in there.
You've done that a couple times.
Okay.
Every one you pepper in a little bit.
Yeah. But me. I can go for a while about that stuff. So we'll keep it light and keep it. We'll keep the all the rest of the information in my head for a different time.
Yeah. We really appreciate the time that you took to hang out with us today. This part in the show, we let you, cover anything that you want to promote or anything you want to talk about really quick before we wrap up for the day.
Well, my daily streams are on every day. YouTube, X, TikTok, they're all on there. So I'll run a
What would
listen,
somebody search for to find it?
it'd be Standard Hunt. It's advertised as Standard Hunt chilling and racing now. So it started
chilling and racing.
Yeah, so we chill with the Upland community. They have a lot to say, and it started out as just a hunting tutorial kind of online, and then I would pre-record it, and then it gradually moved into a live aspect. So I was doing it live and chilling out with the Upland community and seeing what they wanted, and they wanted racing. By
There
gone
you
it.
go.
So we raced 2 races, and it's been part of it ever since. And we've gradually had some adjustments. We've cheesified it, as some would say, with the different rankings. So yeah, it's been great. I feel like the stream, I've put more of an emphasis of the Upland community. It's more of an Upland community stream. So I have an overlay of their conversations, and I have a lot of fun with them, and they've made it very entertaining. And they can jump on anytime. Like they can, like we had Jared shot on last week, jump on, talk for a bit too as well. So we make it a very interactive stream. Very happy that we came up with it. Shout out to all the support from the North Trenton community. I have now named them the the stream team, the LightningLeg stream team. So
There you go.
yeah.
Love that.
Or the North Trenton stream team as well. So yeah, a lot of support from them. And yeah, Lightning Motors, all the stuff I sell, I look at that as secondary. I really want to sell the skill. I want to sell the skill, and I want to sell Upland first off and foremost, and Sparklet. So that is my main thing in this next 6 months. I want to blow that up as much as we can.
Let's go.
That's awesome. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you later. You got anything?
No, this has been fantastic. I thank you for your continued listenership, and congrats on stepping out into streaming. I feel streaming, although not nearly like stepping into an MMA ring. It does still take a certain set of nerves, and it's not something that everyone feels comfortable doing. And even when they're like, "Oh, I want to do it," getting into it and actually doing it's a whole different ball game. So
different ball game, and it's a different mindset. So when you're 19, 20, you're worried about losing. So I tell people now, don't worry about losing. Just show up, do your best. That's all you can do.
yeah.
And then George St. Pierre had a saying. He used to, before every match, he used to drive around all his town, and he used to say, well, he doesn't care if I lose. Well, he doesn't care if I lose. He does. And that used to relax him. And I'm in the same concept. But one thing I've lived by in the last couple months is be comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you can try as much. So
yeah,
Solid advice right there. That's how you get growth. If you're comfortable, that means you're not challenging yourself. So
exactly, be comfortable somewhat, but you got to be a little bit uncomfortable, right? So
Yeah.
Try to get used to that. So
absolutely cool. Thank you so much for joining us here on day 11. So much more for this month to go. We still got 20 more Uplanders to interview, so you don't want to miss it. Everybody, check it out. Check out the previous episodes and tune in tomorrow. You never know who we're bringing on next.
Tune in.
The Hobbies podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host too stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the Metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.